Hello, hello. Welcome once again to another edition of What's Raven, What's Bright Raven live draw edition for November 5th, 2022. Got Godzilla lightly laid out here. We're going to go ahead and get started on the drawing for the next 3 hours. I thought this was sharpened. It wasn't. No, that is sharpened. No. Sorry about that. I will be right back. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's get to work. Why Godzilla? Just because, I guess. I don't know. Wasn't really particular reason necessarily. It's been a while since I've done a live draw. But it's getting around the holidays, which means it's time to go ahead and reach out to me at the email address you see on the screen if you want commissions. I haven't decided yet whether this is going to be a full-blown quarter piece or not. It would be helpful if the viewers commented on that and let me know what you're thinking. But a lot of my regular viewers are huge Kaiju Godzilla fans, so I figured why not start this live draw stuff with something well like. Or at least I hope you like. I'll be here for the next 3 hours working on this. Hopefully I'll get it done. No guarantees though. It's been a while since I've actually sat down to draw. Pop culture Avengers in the house. My regulars. I was just saying, Should this be full color or just black and white? And so let me know what you guys wanted to see, more or less. What is it? You can't tell what it is? Tell me what it is. Am I really doing that badly at a job today? Oh dear. That's not good. Correct. Godzilla. Or at least my version there. Like, I can't say it's going to look great. I'm not the best Godzilla kaiju guy, but I will do my best to at least make it look modestly cool if I can. But yeah, it was supposed to start an hour ago, but unfortunately, I was not feeling well when I got up today. I had to spend a lot of time trying to get my sinuses to clear before I could come on show. It was not fun. I'm beginning to wonder if it's my sinuses or there's something else going on. I'm sure my silly doctor will say, well, your lungs are clear if I do stethoscope type thing, but I don't know. Right now, I'm just trying to get the rough outline in here completed. Pop Culture asked me if I've read any Ninja High School. A long time ago, when I was a teenager, back in the 80s. It was never really my bag. I don't know. I was not that huge of a manga guy in the 80s. Had to grow into an appreciation for it much later. Or perhaps just that series didn't connect with me the way other stuff did later on. But I think it's mostly I just wasn't into that art style in general back then. And of course, back in the 80s, comics in America were not as expensive as they are today, and they weren't an art as, I don't know, they were just more fun and more affordable and more available back then than today. So I think it made a difference. I think if the same issues we have in the comic industry today were present 30, 40 years ago, let's say 40 years ago, because that's about when I was started looking at some of that stuff. I think some of that stuff is 35, 40 years old. Maybe I would have been more gravitated towards it more. I don't know for sure. I won't say I wouldn't have, because that just wouldn't be a fair assessment of the situation. But at the same time, who knows? Because even back then, I think a lot of the early stuff in the 80s was in the 150 to 250 range, while comics from Marvel and DC were still $1. So did I really want to spend more money on a black and white title? Knowing that I wasn't going to get the same, I won't say value. Again, I was young. I didn't appreciate a lot of the black and whites yet. That would come probably a couple of years later. I think a lot of it, fans discover, entryway books are like your Marvel DC stuff. And then once you get tired of Marvel and DC, for whatever reason, then you start looking for other things to read, and that's when you discover what comics is really about. Just my opinion. And that's when comic collecting becomes much more fun, I think, for the reader, because you have so much to discover and explore outside of those boundaries of Marvel and DC's superhero book. And of course, Ninja High School is still going to this day, so it's not like it's not a successful series. I'm kind of surprised, though, that more younger fans haven't picked up on it as much. I don't know if it's because Ben Dunn, the creator, has sort of got the Comicsgate ties to him in a way, because he backed and supported, I can't think of his name now, Richard, for Jawbreakers and stuff. And then that's basically what started Comicsgate, really, was Mark Waid being a jerk and saying, "You can't publish that. I'm going to tell the world that you can't publish that." I kind of wonder if Mark Waid had just minded his own damn business and let the book be published through Antarctic Press, what would have happened? Because personally, what I think would have happened was the book would have got its normal Antarctic numbers of sales, maybe 3,000 to 4,000 copies, and that would have been the end of it, But because he did what he did, he created that us versus them mentality. I must have a decent fan base, being produced on a fairly regular basis since the early 90s. As far as I know, it goes back to like 87 or 88. But it didn't start at Antarctic as far as I remember. I believe it started with Eternity or Malibu originally. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on that particular brand by any means. I just vaguely remember some of the advertisements for it and stuff like that. Now, this is being drawn on 11 by 14 Bristol. Just trying to get some of the scales here on him. So and of course there's other things with the big G. He's got lumps and bumps and all kinds of other ridges and stuff. So I gotta make sure that all of it is there on some level. Getting a little bit loose with the scales here, but that's okay. I think that's good for that area. I was looking at an older piece I'd drawn of the character because I don't draw this character all that often. And I realized I drew him with the wrong number of fingers. Those claws on the old one. I was not happy about that. But maybe that's why it took so long for it to sell, because I drew it a long time ago and it took years and years to sell. But I guess, fans get a little fickle like that when you mess up, so to speak, and do something that isn't quite right. It's kind of like, I don't know. drawing Batman without the bat symbol on his chest or something. I don't know. Little things that kids can get a little bit annoyed with, I guess. But it explained a lot why it took so long for it to go and sell. So this time he will have the right number of appendages there. Let me do a piece left here. But what else is going on these days? I mean, I don't know. Some people have asked about the World Series. I don't know. I know it's Astros and Phillies. I don't know what game they're in. I don't know anything about it. Haven't been following it. Don't really have a favorite between the two. I don't know. I got some friends who are Philly fans because they're Philadelphia in general fans. I'm not exactly sure if they're from that area because they don't live in that area. I think they are, but which would, then make sense why they want that team to win. There's a lot of people who don't want Houston to win because they supposedly cheated years and years ago, and it's like, different management, different ownership, or not different ownership, but different coaching staff, different players. You don't punish a team forever. If we did that, then the White Sox should be banned from the whole league forever, right? For what they did in the World Series 100 years ago. So, you kind of have to let stuff go after a while, which is hard to do, I know. Not following the football. I know Michigan's undefeated. I guess there's like Georgia and Alabama today, or Georgia and some other major SEC team that's undefeated or something. Well, it can't be Alabama then because Alabama lost the game. Who beat Alabama? Tennessee. That's the team. But yeah, I'm not overly engaged in that these days either. Yeah, Georgia, Tennessee. Yeah. Aren't you a Michigan fan? Um, I mean, my family's from there, but I didn't go to school there or anything. And, sure, let them beat Ohio State and win the Big Ten and everything. If that takes them to championship rounds for national championship, great. If not, well, they did what they could. It's kind of how I am about that. So, what are you doing today, Pop? You said you were cleaning. Um, did I ever talk about the possible comic in the future? Yeah, I'm working on trying to get a Spacey one shot done for some stuff. And I want to get some smaller things done before I try getting full blown into the graphic novel again, because the graphic novel is a lot of work, and if I don't have enough of a fan base to put literally months and months and months into it, then there's no point. I'll just get depressed and stop doing it again. So there's that going on, but I wish I could keep the energy, the excitement that I have when I first come up with some of these things, but the day-to-day grind of everybody else is complaining about what sucks in comics just I don't know. It just makes me wonder why. It makes me wonder about whether there's an audience for what I want to do, and how am I going to actually connect with it? Because I've been doing this for this channel for quite some time, and it really hasn't built much of an audience. And whether that's because I'm just that aggressive and when I speak my mind and offend some people, I've never really had anybody tell me they're offended. I think a lot of people, even if they don't like what I have to say, know that I'm speaking a truth, if not the truth. I mean, truth is always subjective to your personal experiences and stuff. So, yeah, if I go in to do that, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing live draw on that. Absolutely. I'm just trying to come up with a good storyline for him because I don't want to go back to what I was doing back in the 90s with him. Because, well, for one thing, I just don't want to do educational type comics per se these days. Um, it's not the same. And, part of it is just not seeing what audience base I have for certain things like I did back in the day. And of course, I had other people that were doing comics around me at all times. So it was kind of beneficial in that way. you always had energy because even if you weren't excited necessarily about your own stuff at a given time, then there'd be someone else's stuff that would excite you, and you go, "Oh, I want to beat that project. I want to do something. I got to pick up my game." I think that makes a big difference, and I think that's one of the strengths of the guys in Comicsgate is that they got so many different people doing so many different things that they inspire each other to keep at it. And I think that's one of the good things about that group, I guess, in so much as you don't necessarily see that kind of um, inspiration and camaraderie, I guess. Um, Otherwise, I'm not really sure why we don't, because we used to be a lot more supportive of one another. Um, but I guess whether it's because of competitive nature or because of the negativity and stigma placed on independent comics in the '90s, um, I think that kind of affected it some. So I think there's that. Um, but I also see the same high school immaturity and cliquishness and stuff like that. Like I had Jamie Jones on Thursday because of different things going on, and we were talking about his projects, and you know, I did not know he was friends with certain people. And it doesn't bother me that he is. Um, Certain people being Vita Ayala, among others, Steve Orlando. A lot of them lived in Florida or in the Georgia area at one time or another, and he got to know them, or he got to know them through the convention circuit over the years before they were anybody. And I think that makes a big difference. Um, when you know someone long enough before they're, I don't want to say famous, but at least in the spotlight of the media or whatever, um, you tend to know the truer person. I think that makes a difference. But yeah, it was interesting to hear him talk about that stuff. I don't know if we talked about that very much the other night during while he was here, but we certainly talked about it quite a bit off air, um, because there's so much negativity placed on individuals because of you know whether it's jealousy or just racism or sexism or whatever it is, whatever ism um, that's causing the problem for you. Um, Kind of was interesting to hear his perspective on some of that. I don't know if he even mentioned. I don't remember if he mentioned it online, but after this Kickstarter or crowdfunder project, because he's on crowdfunder, not Kickstarter, um, he's going to go a different route, and the next story will be available online, or the next project will be available online through a Substack or something like that. He's going to experiment a little bit. and see what kind of audience bases he can build there. So, that's I thought was interesting too. Okay, work that all right. Yep, one pencil for that. I don't know. I have a big X here because I was going to fill this all black. But I don't. Yeah, I think I should. I'll go ahead and keep this black. So just scribble shade that to remind myself that is all supposed to be black back here. Okay. A little more. That. Okay. All right, that's that. We'll get into inking shortly. No, I didn't go to the movies. Um, I don't know what night that was, but I don't really do a lot of movies in theaters. Never really have been much of a movie theater person. It's not like it's a COVID thing. Um, my dad doesn't like to go. Uh, partly because he's a smoker and you don't smoke in the theater. And, they don't really have the drive-ins like they did back in the day where you could have your own space. So there's that issue. The other is just time and expense. Just really doesn't offer me that much time or time to do that sort of thing. So I just don't really concern myself with it. A lot of times I don't even know that it's around going on. There's a lot of that stuff going on where they do you know airings of classic movies like that in theaters for just one night engagements or whatever um, these days. And I don't know if it's because there's just that much nostalgia for the stuff, or people are just so sick and tired of what the modern film and television is that they'll watch anything but that. Yeah, okay, I'll go watch this old movie. I'll pay 15, $20 to go see that, but I won't pay to see, you know, whatever Marvel movie or whatever. It's supposed to be the hot new thing. I don't know. But I was never much of a theater goer, so which is kind of interesting because people will ask me, you're not a movie buff, you're not a TV holic, um, why do you do reviews for film and television? And mostly it's just something extra to talk about, and some people want to hear, you know, and I like some movies, obviously. I mean, everybody likes movies, everybody likes TV shows to some level of degree. I think, at least if you do if you're American, it's kind of a pastime. um, but at the same time, it's a little bit because I don't always have, pardon me, the energy to do all the reading and the reviews. It's just easier to watch a television show or a movie and talk about that. Reading gets tiresome, no matter how good it is of a story. Sometimes you just need a break from the staring at the pages. Kind of surprised your brother isn't watching, but then again, I think he said he had stuff going on this weekend, so Okay, that's the pencils, I think. Now, you never did answer my question. Do you think this should be in color or black and white? Because if it goes color, I gotta do different things with it. Let me know what you think while you're deciding. I'll get the ink pens and other stuff ready as best as I can. Tough question. Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, I need to know basically because I got to get the tools to do which one of I'm doing. But once I know, it's fairly straightforward. You like this, the pencils? Interesting. Okay. Well, you know, this is available. And it's pretty much done as a pencils. I mean, I can do a little more touch up here and there stuff, but oh, I think I finished that. Good thing I caught that at the bottom there. Okay, that's done. Well, as like I said, as a pencil drawing, I think I'm pretty much finished now. I could do a little more shading here and there, but um, well, it depends. I mean, I can do markers, I can do colored pencils, I can do combination thereof. am I doing the more gray scale tone, or am I doing a greener Godzilla, shall we say? Depends on who's coloring it, or he's been colored both ways. So actually, what I should do is kind of give him some context in the background. I guess I could have some of the water dripping off. As he emerges from the water. Not much really more to add on that. I'm looking at. Oops. Too far out. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do. There we go. You want me to go ahead and color it, or you want to leave it in pencils? Or wow, that's an interesting texture. I didn't realize my skin was that rough right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to start using some lotion, smooth that out. Oof, that was frightening. It's not quite rosacea, but darn. Yep, yep. I need to use some aloe. You got it. I only got it out in, so I think I'm going to have to go and do it in color. Let's think here. I actually thought this was going to take longer. Been a while since I've drawn. Come on. Cute. I'm just putting a very light green as a base color at first. Now, I can't remember. Godzilla was supposed to be male, the king of the monsters. But wasn't there a female Godzilla or something? Where they gender changed Godzilla in one of the more recent movies, so that Godzilla was a female. Am I misremembering something? You're the kaiju fan expert more than me. Huh? That's the base. Done. Let me go with the color pencil. I don't want to use marker here. Want me on camera? My fur monster made an appearance, I see. I got so much stuff going on over here. They're doing a lot. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this here. We'll start with these. Yeah, it could be that one. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of them. Alright, this is grass green, okay. Doesn't look very grassy to me. It looks more olivey, but that's what I want is a more olive tone. So now that I'm coloring, I might go back in here. I was saying I was going to do it all black and rework something in there. We'll see. In the meantime, let's get this tone. I can't remember. There was a movie that John and I went to see. It was Godzilla, with another friend of mine, Tracy Hollingsworth, that we went to see, but I can't remember what it was. It was a Godzilla, but I can't remember what year it was. I think it was the one that had I don't know. It was the one with the scientist parents that were not getting along and the daughter family type thing going on. I don't think that was the one with the eggs in it, though. I think they were like just. I think that was a more recent one than that one. Master Fan's in the house, says he's packing up things. That's cool. A lot of people are packing things. They're packing to go visit relatives, though, for the holidays, if I remember correctly. What is going on here? Let's see. Weird. I do not like that kind of weird undertone on there. But, well, let's go later, I guess. Now, have either of you two gentlemen read the Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi? It's a novel. I know I read it and reviewed it a while back. Okay, you've heard that I haven't read it. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but then I tend to like Scalzi's stuff, so that's, you know, the mileage may vary, as they say, but Neither of you have read it. Okay. Well, I highly recommend that as kaiju aficionados. I think you'll like that. Now, I do have a store appearance coming up on the 26th, I think it is, 3 weeks. Let me check. Yep. I'll be at Scratch and Spin Records, Comics, and Toys in West Columbia. Not sure about the exact time yet, hasn't been fully finalized yet. Probably, probably start between 10 and noon and go till whatever, but we'll see. Depends on what's going on that day and how I'm feeling and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it wasn't really in honor of his birthday. Um, I don't know why I just thought of Godzilla last night. I just did. Maybe it was because of the birthday. And I know I saw something about it on Facebook, but I wasn't thinking in my head consciously that that's what I was doing. But maybe. And that's why I picked Godzilla. I picked Godzilla, and I picked another piece, which I don't know if I'll get that today or tomorrow. That's Dragon. Um, now I got the blue line started, and I'll show that in a little while. More towards the end of the video, so that people, well, I know you're not going to hang around that long, so there goes the base of the dragon. It's just a dragon head, so yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. But because I'm doing the show on the 26th, I think what I'm going to do is just take some time on the weekends here to get ready for not only for that appearance, but also to start taking commissions for Christmas. So if you like this piece or you have something else in mind, let me know at the email address you see. How about a Mechagodzilla? I already have one somewhere around here from a while back. I'll have to pull it out and show you. Let me get the base green here done on his head and stuff, and then I'll see what I can do about finding that piece real quick. This pencil needs to be sharpened, and of course it's not right by me. Oh, this is. Just the old school instead of the electric. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll not mess it up here. Of course it didn't want to go correctly. It's sharpening, but it's not sharpening. That's why I tend to prefer to go with my electric instead of the hand crank, but like I say, I'm not the best at this type of character, but hopefully it looks good. Okay. Well, if I'm going to do that, let me go ahead and get the eraser out. We're still going to keep kind of a shadow line here for his arm. I can have some of the water coming off of here. Okay. And then I can do this. That'll work. Now we gotta get that gray marker back out. Where is it? Okay, I don't see it. Did I put it back? Yep, sure did. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh. I think I did. All right. Let's see if this does something. Yeah, that's the right color. All right. Quick, let's wait for just a second. Oh, we'll get that in the folder. Okay. There's the Mecha Godzilla. And that is from '09. And they're waiting for a person to come take them home. That's 11 by 14. So is the Godzilla I'm looking at right now, but it's just different angles. Mecha Godzilla is 11 by 14. It's just, this size. Pardon me. It's just, that scale instead of this scale. This is 11 by 14 also. It's just sideways instead of. Well, maybe I will if someone commissions it. That's a lot of work. Because this isn't a commission. This is just. I won't call it a warm up sketch. It's more than that, but it's kind of me trying to just get back into things because I haven't drawn them so a while. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. His fins will be a darker tone. Oh yeah, definitely more difficult. Um, it's that's what I'm saying. Someone wants to commission that. That's going to be a more expensive piece because I got to plan it out and figure out what I'm doing. Am I doing a close up? Am I, doing half bodies? Am I doing full bodies with the cityscape destroyed around them? All kinds of different decisions to make there. But the more detail, the more expensive. But I don't mind doing it. It's just, I'd have someone willing to pay for it first for that kind of a project. And I'd probably go a little bit bigger than this artwork. I'd probably go 11 by 17 with a 10 by 15 border. So it'd be a little bit larger scale. Come on. Blend. There we go. Okay. Nope, I don't want to do that one. All right. Gotta find the right colors. Nope. I'm looking at the clock to see how much time I got. I want to get this done today. So I don't have to come back to do this tomorrow. I'll do the dragon tomorrow. And I'm probably going to have to do some other pieces as well. And there's going to be more gray in this than what's showing so far. I know I'm doing a green. I'm doing a little bit of a green undertone for it over the darker gray. And then I'm going to come in and touch in this same green over the main body as well. Make it darker, hopefully. I want this stuff to blend. And it's being very fussy today. Okay. Well, you go run your errands and you can always come back and watch the rest later. Have a good time. Safe journey on your excursion. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, Bob. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little smoother all around for this. To get it look better. Yeah, it looks better that way. What I don't like is there's some sort of, oh, it's not a groove in the board, but something shows up underneath the board when I push too hard. I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with these pencils. They aren't quite as soft or solid as it should be. Of course, this isn't the good color pencils either. So, when I say the good color pencils, I mean the expensive pro level. So, I was thinking, Monster Fan, instead of doing a movie review next week, because I don't know if or when we're going to get to see Westworld as a collective, um, why don't we just, instead of doing reviews, talk about our favorite films or our favorite directors or something like that for next week? Does that sound like a reasonable alternative to you? It sounds like fun. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and um, pick a topic then. Favorite director, favorite particular genre or style of film, like maybe favorite Toho film or favorite Universal Monsters films, or what order would we put some Universal Monster films in? That would be a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, let me know what topic you want to do. We'll all make notes. Which one sounds good? Let me know which one. Favorite Toho films, favorite Universal films, favorite directors. Those are our three options for now. Well, everybody's does. I mean, at time of recording is a very popular phrase on YouTube. Come on, you silly pencil. Does not want to do what it's supposed to do. It's getting a little bit annoying. Okay. Now, I have both of those. Show you this bad boy. Okay. Yeah, it's better because I got the olive underneath. It makes it a little bit lighter still. I like that better. Okay, he wants to do directors. That sounds good. Are we just going directors in general? I think we can just do directors in general. That way, if there's directors who have done multiple different genres, because there are, we aren't limiting ourselves to just one type of genre or whatever. So, okay. That sounds like a plan for next Friday's show. We'll go with what? Top 5 or top 10? I think we should probably do top 5 just because if it's you and me and John and maybe some other people, five's enough to cover the time slot, I think. Yeah, top 5. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty then. We know what we're talking about next weekend now. Yay! I'm trying to think of some obscure person. It's not like everybody's going to know who I'm going to name. I know it, but that's okay. It's just a matter of figuring out what order to put them in or whatever. But a little bit too hard. That's better. Like I say, I don't know why it's doing some of this stuff that it's doing. It's got a weird weird texture underneath the board today. By the way, John's surgery, it turned out that they were hernias and not lipomas. Um, they kept saying it was lipoma, so they didn't want to think it was a hernia, but when they got in, it was actual hernia. So they had to go ahead and, uh, they still had to correct it, but it went well and he is recovering. He was at his parents' place this weekend, and who knows how long he'll be out, but I don't know which is more serious, the idea of a hernia or the lipoma. Because lipomas are just, fat tissue that need to get out, more or less. Fat and whatever other not so goodies in there, but I thought it was a hernia when he told me the first time, but when he told me it was a lipoma, I was like, okay, well, that's well, it's not cancerous or something. We're good, but yeah, it was successful surgery, or at least seems to have been. Um, I never say everything when it comes to surgical is a success until after the person's healed up from it and there aren't any afterward complications. But because unfortunately that can and does happen periodically, but hopefully it won't here. We don't want John to have any more problems. He's been suffering enough medically lately. Um, yeah. Well, like I said, I don't think there'll be any complications. But seeing as they couldn't determine whether it was lipoma or hernia until they actually got in, who knows? But hopefully he'll be with us next week and he can give us a more thorough update as to what's going on with him, and all will be well. As for me, I just wish I knew what was going on with my body, so I don't wake up having my whole system messed up. Slowly but surely, we'll get this done. Got another hour or so. Whoops, went too hard. One of the good things about having done the marker overlay is that it protects the pencils enough when I'm erasing the color pencils that I'm not losing my drawing. I do have to go back over this link once I get done. And I will. Just gotta. When I've drawn them in the past, it's usually as fire. Um, but it just depends on what the commissioner wants most of the time. But usually, I've drawn them. I've only drawn Godzilla like a handful of times. You can only draw them like twice, breathing fire, and both of those times were with a fire. But like I say, it's atomic fire, so maybe a more beamish type thing would be more appropriate. I don't know. It just depends on, like I said, what the customer wants more than anything else. Mm. Used to prefer the beam. Well, like I say, it makes sense. I mean, it's atomic fire. It's not real fire per se, but I don't know. You know, I think the way I look at it is you can do the narrow beam type, but have the highlight of the fire around the beam. Kind of like you something like that. You know, where you have the beam, but you got the flames on the outside. But he's just emerging out of the water here, so I don't have to worry about him breathing fire yet. He hasn't worked up his rage to get to the atomic fire yet. It's more like, who woke me up from my sleep? Darn it. Give me my coffee. That's why he's always grumpy. He hasn't had his coffee even. But, okay, now let's go ahead and start getting this inked here. Hopefully this brush will. No, because I can move it. Let me do it or not? Yes, it will. Good. like that pen. It's not giving me the feel I want. That's better. All right, thank you, and you enjoy yours as well. And I'll hopefully come back and see the finished product later, and maybe you'll be interested in buying. We'll see when it gets done. But until then, have a good one. I don't know. We're just going to have to keep working here. I'm going to try and get this done by 5, but as always, it takes a while, so just kind of have to go with it. And it takes what it takes. If I go a little bit longer, I go a little bit longer. I'm going to change glasses real quick here. My vision's starting to go a little bit wonky, which does happen more frequently as I get older. Yes, much better. Or is it? It's actually better without the glasses at all, which is a surprise, but it isn't. It isn't. It's my left eye does not focus the way it should anymore. That was kind of a bad idea, but okay, but it's done. So the reason it's a bad idea is because I have to color over it. Still, I wasn't thinking I would do it, but that's okay. I'll figure a way to work around it. So what do I do? Okay. I'll go about another 20 minutes, which means I'm probably not going to get this done today. I'll have to finish tomorrow. That's okay. I would go longer, but I just was informed I have some obligations elsewhere. So rather than try and rush this, I'll finish it off tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's get as much done as we can. Mm. Pardon me. What time is it? Okay, 20 minutes left over here. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to just figure out what I'm doing here. One eye is really starting to bother me. I'm trying to. Yeah. I'm going to cover my eye here, I think. Or just keep the one eye closed. Okay, my is just completely messed up right now. I can't. I'm getting the lines a little bit too thick here, and I need to take a break. I think, but yeah, okay, it's all right. I want to get this done. Hopefully, I won't screw up. Okay, looks all right. I think, yeah. Where is it now? I can't read it. 2:43. It's 4:44. Now, let me try and get the rest of this line stuff here done, I guess. That wasn't good. Back in. I don't want to smear it. So, which I'm already starting to do a little bit here on my hand there. Didn't realize. So I'm going to have to take this off that way. Start trying to get this way so I can. Okay. That takes care of that for the part. Let's, okay. I'm going to take a break now. We'll finish this. I don't know if I'll come back today and finish it for part 2 and then do the dragon tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow to finish this and try to finish up on this and dragon both tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. But right now, my eyes just, it needs a rest. So I apologize for not getting it completely finished. I'll try to come back and finish this in a little bit, probably. Probably try to do it later tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But if not, we'll finish it tomorrow. So, If you've enjoyed watching this video, or you think others might, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to continue to get content from my channel. I want to thank you all for watching, as always, and for your support. You can catch me on social media at Facebook, Lewis.BrightRaven, at Twitter at LewisBrightRave2. See more of my artwork at deviantart.com/BrightRaven. Been watching Quote the Raven, Lewis BrightRaven exclusively on YouTube. Questions, comments, suggestions, Quote the Raven, LBR72@gmail.com is the address to try and reach me at. I'll get back with you in a day or two. Try LewisBrightRaven@yahoo.com. I guess that's going to have to do for now. Again, I'll be back with this to finish it up tomorrow, or tonight or tomorrow. But if I do it tomorrow, I'll do it earlier in the day so I can have enough time to do both pieces. So see you next time. Have a good one.